Dear viewers, welcome to a space where television isn't just watched, it's experienced, dissected, and deeply felt. I'm Sham Q, your companion through powerful stories, compelling performances, and unforgettable moral dilemmas. Today, I'm diving deep into a show that completely took over one of my Sundays. A series so intense, I didn't just watch it, I lived it. The show in question is none other than Your Honor, Season 1. And let me tell you right away, I'd give it a solid 95 out of 100. I've always had a soft spot for shows that dance between crime, drama, and moral suspense. Your Honor didn't just tick those boxes, it rewrote the checklist. What starts as a slow-burn legal drama quickly unfolds into an emotionally raw and ethically complex narrative that questions everything we think we know about justice, fatherhood, and survival. Let's begin with some quick background for context. Your Honor premiered in 2020 on Showtime and later became available on various streaming platforms. With an IMDb rating of 7.6, it was created by Peter Moffat and is based on the Israeli show Kvodo. This is a one-season masterpiece, totaling 10 episodes, produced in the United States and set in the atmospheric city of New Orleans. It features award-winning actor Bryan Cranston in the lead, supported by an outstanding ensemble cast. From its visual tone to its writing, everything about the show speaks of meticulous craftsmanship and emotional intent. The genre? A rich blend of legal thriller, crime drama, psychological suspense, and mature thematic storytelling. It's a show that thrives not on plot twists alone, but on the suffocating tension of human emotions. The deeper you go, the more tangled your sympathies become. This is the kind of series where even the quietest moments are deafening. It's not about high-speed chases or courtroom theatrics. It's about fear, the kind that creeps into your bones when you're faced with an impossible choice. A father, a judge, a lie to protect his son, and a web of consequences no one can escape. As someone who consumes thrillers like morning coffee, I expected a decent legal drama, but what I got was a haunting exploration of conscience, power, and parental love pushed to the edge. There were scenes where I literally paused just to process the weight of what had unfolded. Not because it was shocking, but because it was real. Emotionally, morally, painfully real. At the center of this haunting tale is Bryan Cranston as Michael Desiato. A respected New Orleans judge, Michael is a man defined by justice, until a personal tragedy forces him to walk a road that no judge ever should. Cranston doesn't just act, he dissolves into the character. Every line he delivers, every silence he holds, carries the unbearable weight of a man trying to do right by doing wrong. He's not a villain, he's not a hero, he's a man drowning in a sea of gray. Opposite him is Michael Stuhlbarg as Jimmy Baxter, a feared crime boss whose life intersects with Michael's in ways neither could have foreseen. But Jimmy isn't your stereotypical mobster. There's no yelling, no outbursts, no chaos. What makes him so terrifying is the quiet. Stuhlbarg's portrayal is chilling because it rests in absolute control. Every glance, every silence feels calculated. He is always watching, always thinking, and when he finally acts, it's with surgical precision. His calm isn't weakness, it's power. He doesn't intimidate with volume, but with the knowledge that if he sees you as a problem, your end has already been decided. He's not emotional, he's methodical, and that makes him far more frightening. Jimmy doesn't just command a room, he changes the temperature of it. Even when he's not on screen, you feel his shadow stretching across every decision, every lie, every move. That's the brilliance of his character. Composed on the surface, but with a depth of threat so intense, it unsettles everything around him. Now, let me take you through two scenes, without spoilers, that completely hooked me and will probably do the same to you. The first one arrives early, but its weight is massive. A hit and run. It happens fast, but what follows changes everything. As a viewer, you see the horror, the panic, and then the decision. Not just by the son, but by the father. That single moment, that choice, is the heartbeat of the entire series. It's not action-packed, but your pulse will race. Because what Michael chooses to do doesn't just shake his world, it threatens to burn it all down. That's where you realize this show isn't about crime, it's about consequences. And then there's another moment, midway through the season, a gathering, a party. Michael finds himself at a Baxter-hosted event. On the surface, it's nothing out of the ordinary, but if you look closer, you'll see the quiet war playing out between every smile, every toast, every exchange. Jimmy is calm, too calm. And Michael? He's trying to survive with dignity. This is the scene where two worlds touch, law and crime, guilt and power, and the air is thick with unspoken threats. It's not just tension, it's dread dressed up in a suit. But the characters are only half the story. The real brilliance of Your Honor lies in its themes. The series explores identity, not just who we are, but who we become when faced with unbearable choices. It looks at the blurry line between justice and self-preservation, and how easy it is to fall from one to the other. You feel the emotional weight of every decision. There are no shortcuts, no escapes. Each lie, each cover-up carries a price, and that price is often paid in silence, in sleepless nights, broken relationships, and the slow corrosion of one's own sense of right and wrong. The visual storytelling enhances all of this. The city of New Orleans is presented in a way that amplifies the narrative. Moody, intimate, filled with tight spaces and shadows that mirror the tightening world around Michael. The music is subtle, but haunting. It lingers, echoing the pain and tension without overwhelming the scenes. One of the show's strongest points is its pacing. It doesn't rush to deliver twists. It allows the consequences to build, slowly, relentlessly. The tension creeps up on you, and just when you think you've caught your breath, it plunges you back under. Every supporting character, from Michael's son to legal colleagues and street informants, plays their role with emotional integrity. No one is wasted. No subplot is filler. Everything matters. The show doesn't just challenge its characters, it challenges us. Would we make different choices in their shoes? Can we even say that for sure? It raises philosophical questions in the most human way possible, not with speeches, but with situations. And what makes it even more terrifying is that none of it feels far-fetched. This isn't fantasy. This is life. Unfiltered, uncomfortable, and deeply consequential. There's a rawness here that pulls you in and refuses to let go. Now, I won't reveal what exactly happens, but I can tell you this. There are moments in this show that will haunt you. Conversations that seem normal but carry volcanic tension beneath. Gestures that feel innocent but scream of guilt. And above all, a sense of dread that never truly leaves. There's a moment, a single decision, that kicks off the entire storm. And from that point on, the show doesn't let you look away. Every new episode feels like a deeper descent into a world where the truth is buried beneath layers of love, fear, and desperation. Your Honor forces us to confront what lies beneath the surface, not just in the story, but in ourselves. How far would we go to protect our own? How easily could we slip from being the good guy to becoming part of the very system we once judged? So, dear viewers, I leave you with this. If you had to choose between the law and your blood, between truth and protection, what would you choose? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your reflections, your moral take on this unforgettable story. Until next time, stay curious, stay questioning, and never stop watching. This is Sham Q, signing off.